I haven't played my PS2 in years. There's one certain game that I haven't touched specifically with my PS2 when I got it as a kid. I got it as a gift on my 12th birthday, and, well, I love the Tony Hawk franchise more than anything. I played for 3 and 4, and I really didn't care that much for Underground because I couldn't stand Eric. But my dad bought me a new one, and, well, I'll never pick it up again. He got me a copy of American Wasteland for $7 at this weird Reddit sale. It said they were trying to get rid of the game fast because they were getting evicted and they needed all the money possible. So he decided to buy it off of him. When he did buy it, it came with the full case, the disc was in great condition, and it was for PS2. He came to my room one day while I was hanging out trying to work on my skateboard because I actually did skateboard, and he slammed the disc down on my deck. He wished me luck because he had a PS2 too, and he tried the game out before he gave it to me, but he said maybe that I can make it work because I'm young. Kind of like his Facebook. He also said his Facebook didn't work. If you haven't played American Wasteland, it's basically a punk take on Tony Hawk's story bases. But instead of doing missions to just skate and have fun, you had to make a park from the ground up and stuff like that. And, live life as a street punk of America in LA. At least that's what I picked up on the game. So I was listening to Discharge and eating a Mounds bar and getting the game ready, and I felt compelled. The disc laughed at me, and usually discs don't make noise, but I kind of put it in. The game started. Now, before I go into this cliche creepypasta bullshit like you usually hear on the internet, I gotta say the whole game was fine. That wasn't the problem. The problem was the radio station ran by the almighty character Tony Hawk. I started the game. It started as usual. You pick between the preset characters and then you design them the way you want to. Be a hip-hop yo-boy or a crust punk or, well, it looks like my Family Dollar cash register guy. In this corner, weighing 75 pounds, we got Cottrell Lemon's asshole! Either way, I was playing the game and I choose my default character and then the cutscene started, and here's when things started being a little different. I want to get big on Los Angeles. I want to get big on Los Angeles. Hey, dude, watch it. I want to go in South California and get bingled all night. What's this? American Wasteland. Huh. Well, let's check this out. Instead of going to the character selection already, because I remember choosing my character, it zoomed in on the comic, and then it showed the lead character railing the chick character of the game. Only for 5 violent seconds, and then it went back to the game for some reason. Odd. Tony Hawk usually doesn't have sexual suggested themes unless it's an innuendo. I got off the bus, and I met Mindy, and I edited my character. Something seemed off, though. The music wasn't playing. That's okay. Maybe the memory card already had a file for Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, even though it didn't start the game, where they had the sound turned all the way down. Maybe they were just doing classic mode or something. I do know you get the lead singer of Green Day as a character, so maybe they were just trying to get a cool character. So I went and turned the sound up after I did the first mission. Hey, Kentucky, give me your shit! Some dude stole my board and Mindy told me to go chase him for a skate-off. I needed my cool soundtrack. I thought American Wasteland had the best soundtrack from what my friends told me in school. They told me that they had classic gems such as MCR covering Misfits and Green Day's second band making a feature doing a Misfits cover. And Black Flag, maybe? Wait, no, even a band covering that. So that's even better. Yeah, a rough crust punk soundtrack to have fun with. I quickly turned the sound back on, ready to get hyped on my usual Tony Hawk bullshit. But then a radio transmission came in before the song started. Hey guys, you're listening to super radical skateboarder Tony Hawk's underground radio here to tell you that we got a new kid up in the scene that's trying to cause some noise. Well, listen here, you little fucker. I bingled your mother and you're not going to do shit around here. Maybe in the back of a 7-Eleven for $50. It then turned to nighttime and then Mindy was off the map. I couldn't find her, like I said, there was a mission from her. But then a new mission popped up. A red star. Usually red stars only pop up in missions when you have an objective. So what was that? And it was pointing me toward the Beverly Hills, what looks to be a 7-Eleven ripoff. In the alleyway? Well, I skated there as an Alkaline Trio version of TSOL's Wash Away played. My friends tried to bingle me. They understand that I don't want it. The truth is they held me down. They made me deal with the pain. I watched them bingle them away. I was supposed to be in a punk play. I watched my binglers, he walked away and left me bingle with my prolapse in the rain. The rain. Going through the entranceway to Beverly Hills, something was off. The entrance was closed. How was I supposed to get to the mission? Dave came up, the guy from American Wasteland who plays like the non-brain friend who just is always happy-go-lucky and excited. He looked depressed. He sounded depressed. A small cutscene played and he's like, "Hey man, Mindy's waiting for you at the 7-Eleven. It wasn't even called the 7-Eleven in the game. I quickly skated to the secret route that he showed me, and he started sobbing when I got out. He already knew what was about to happen. I rolled up to the 7-Eleven with my amazing soundtrack playing, crust punk gear in hand. But it wasn't Mindy. It was Tony Hawk. A text bolt came up and saying, "Hey man, can we talk for a minute?" And I clicked O. I should have never clicked circle. After I clicked circle, something super disgusting happened. He pulled out this, what looked like a giant whisk with spikes in it, and bent my character over his kneecap. And then he stuck the whisk in my character's asshole and then spun it around at full speed. He started pulling it in and out, and it started making this clamp effect, stretching it open even more and then punching the prolapse in. And then he left the prolapse out. He threw my body on the floor and spat on me and gave me $50. And I laid there in the Tony Hawk American Wasteland Beverly Hills rain as question and answer played as I died slowly. The game then froze and never turned back on no matter how much I restarted my console. I kind of didn't want it anyway. I gave it back to my dad. Not your favorite Tony Hawk? I went underground.